And of course the visuals are not set. God damn it. Cool. Give me a moment, I played Stellaris. No, that's the launcher. Wrong. There we go. Alright then. Greetings to everyone in them chats today for Monday. Yes, I think it's Monday. Well, let's get going then, shall we? With yet another grind all day, as they say. And whatnot else, you know. Fun times. So anyways, well, for Elite Dangerous, at least right now, the beta is over, so yeah, we can just basically bitch and moan and whatnot else about whatever the beta had, and frankly I made already plenty of videos just explaining things and trying to urge people not to be stupid and not, you know, look at developer generosity, if you will, as a positive thing, when in reality it's still pretty bad. So yeah, hopefully you'll join me in the sort of a push against whatchamacallit, it's the stupid upkeep and horrible game design practices, which are, or rather, which shouldn't take a root any more than it already has. So yeah. Anyways, sounds right, really? So guess what? Yeah, the survey posted by 100 rubles. Those who don't know, actually, if you go to my YouTube channel and look up the community tab, there should be a link to a poll that some of the community members try to do, just, you know, gathering information about what the people think of the fleet carriers and the way they, you know, were given to us, at least in the beta, and whatnot else. And so yeah, apparently somebody has made already the immersion argument in that one, so woohoo. Right, so fun times. I guess. Alright then. Right, so what am I doing as for now, right? Well, I'm just going around and, you know, trying to get away from NPCs. Yep, that's a pirate, and if I, you know, stayed, he would probably go and just try to pirate from my ass. And basically, alright, so here's a quick tip, right, for anyone, you know, I don't know, doing mining in Elite Dangerous right now. If you are in a shieldless ship and you resume, you know, mining and so on and so forth, you're going to be spawning into a, you know, the same place you were. Problem is that NPCs will spawn next to you, right? That's the problem. And some of those NPCs will be pirates. Obviously, because you have, you know, probably made your ship without weapons or shields or whatnot else, well, the only thing you can do is run away. So, yeah, you need to just do that for as long as you get away from that initial spawn point, right? In Elite Dangerous, you see, NPCs don't spawn anywhere that you randomly just go in a straight line, right? They don't spawn around you, even though in normal games usually you would have NPCs come and go, and to give you that impression that the game is more filled with things in it than it really is. So yeah, they don't go quite that cheese level. So and sound. Oh, nice to see you, Soundwave, too, as well. What? So low temperature diamonds in that rock, lol. But yeah, so yeah, basically you just need to get away from that initial spawn point, and basically no other NPCs nor players will be able to find you, basically. So Elite Dangerous, very dangerous mining, if you will. Very. Let's see, the chats, I see plenty of folks coming in and so on and so forth, so nice to see you folks. Full Leaf as well. Let's see, oh yeah, right, lads and ladettes. I don't know, for some reason it just kind of sounds, I don't know, maybe I'm just fucked in the head a bit much, and just everything just, you know, defaults into something very inappropriate for some reason. I don't know why. Hey, Latvian upbringing, what can I tell you? It's yeah. Actually, I probably should use the, oh, for fuck's sakes. Here we go. Come on. No? Alright. Okay, come on. Lizard person upbringing. Yeah, pretty much, if you will. No, stop. Don't ram it. Don't ram it. God damn it, break, you fucking piece of shit. Oh, I didn't even touch. Holy fuck, I didn't touch it. Well, that's a surprise. Alright, let's see. Fucking low temperature item. No! Go back! You piece of shit! Jesus Christ, sometimes just... This fat fucking ship, man. Well, it doesn't help that I'm using different controls and whatnot else, but never mind. It's all good. Fucking hell. Let's see. Why go with pancake? Pancake? God damn it! Now I kind of want pancake. Anyways, but no. Why do I go with the the ship that I'm going with? Well, pure and simple. I didn't want to respec my glorious cutter for this job, which would technically be better for the capacity in some ways. But it's just... yeah. I don't want to respec it constantly, so I just might as well make one dedicated ship for this sort of a gameplay and just, set it aside and never use it for anything else. So there you go. So yeah. I mean, technically, yeah, cutter would be better, both in the jump range and in the capacity-wise, as well as probably, yeah, weapon and what else things. But regardless. Alright, well... Ranek, let's see. Hey, Yamiks, why are you even bothering with grind? Fleet carriers still isn't worth it. Right, so here's the thing. My thinking process right now is to get enough cash so that I don't need to, bother with grinding or transferring credits, as that will be possible, or rather is possible, or was possible with the fleet carriers. Imagine that! A game that straight up allows you to transfer credits from account to account. Well, with one side step, but it's still very easy. It's just... How many games do you know that allow that sort of a thing? There's a reason why people don't, make games that allow you to do that. But regardless, that's in a normal game. Elite Dangerous apparently just simply wants to be different. Regardless, almost all RPGs. See, RPGs, right? So the thing is with the RPGs, oftentimes it's done through trade, right? And you have to trade it and whatnot else, but yeah. That is done in MMOs, mind you, right? Yeah, I don't even know. Not all, actually, no, not all MMOs even allow that. I remember that back in the day, I think, you weren't... Oh wait, it was after some trading scams and so on and so forth happened in RuneScape, as a matter of fact. I remember I was trading quite a bit at the time. They implemented some changes to trading and that you couldn't trade for nothing. Essentially, you had to put in something as a trade back or something like that. Actually, no, that is a thing that you have to do in Warframe. But yeah, well, I don't know. It's again, yeah, you can. My personal, game design principle is basically that you shouldn't allow players to, sort of skip the game itself through, credit transfers and so on and so forth. So that is something. But well. There's a value slider, you have to match the value given to a percentage. Alright, yeah, that is one thing, indeed, so... But yeah, but anyways, right, so why am I grinding, right? So I'm like a massive fucking stripper right now, just grinding those rocks and whatnot else, right? And that's done because there will be another beta, and in order for me not to need help from someone out there, I might as well just, gather the well, credits on my account right now, so that potentially, you know, when the time for beta comes, I already have enough cash and I don't need to ask for someone to, you know, spend their time to assist me with. Even though it is very appreciated when people do that, it's truly appreciated. Oh, I fully did seriously appreciate it. Thanks for subscribing there. So yeah. But yeah, this is basically done for that purpose, just so in beta I would have. And male cats? Did I get that right? I think I got that right. Some of these fonts sometimes, but anyways, remember to use the Twitch Prime for subs, people. Well, fair enough. Reminder, yes. Let's see, where is... Ah, there we go. Alright, god damn it, piece of crap. But yeah, there's also the fact that, hey, I could, as a matter of fact, I still could use a little bit more extra cash so that I could go in, you know, the multiplayer thingamajig and, you know, allow people to potentially harass me. Because that's good entertainment. Apparently, that's good entertainment. And frankly, I gotta say that I do enjoy PvPing, even though I basically lose 90% of the time. It's entertaining, quite indeed. Is it a gank or not? Doesn't matter really. It can be made fun, and frankly, it's nice. Oh god. Well, thank you. The winter mute. Guess that? Yes. Well, there you go. Well, thank you. Really appreciate it. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, basically, all I do these days with Elite Dangerous is just basically go out and lose money and, you know, credits and whatnot else. And, well, yeah. I don't grind anymore. I do like to enjoy a different gameplay, and that is the thing that I want to do once I have enough credits and whatnot else. And yeah, this is kind of a good incentive to do at least a little bit of it. So you pick IA, but yeah. Yes. All right. Okay. Hey. Blood snail. I see. Fleet carriers will help you lose money very well. Yeah, you see, that's the thing. I don't need that, right? I already lose quite a lot of fucking cash when, you know, dying in PvP. You know. And just exploding for videos and stuff, because, you know, developers don't just ejaculate fucking credits in my face. They don't do that for anyone, I don't think, at least. So, yeah. Although I wouldn't really want them to ejaculate anything in my face, as a matter of fact. Yeah, and that is the sentence of today, I guess. Oh, Jesus Christ. No. Oh, that's a bad quote. Oh, this is a bad quote. Oh, here goes. Well, thank you very much for the bits there as well. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. If you just tuned in on the stream, yeah, there was something said. Oh, my. And on YouTube, as a matter of fact, you can scroll back a few minutes. Oh, my. Oh, crap. Oh, Robert, dude, seriously, also appreciate the super chats there. Hey, could you please try to become a fuel rat for a day in the future as a project for new experience? I can see that sort of a project going basically one or two ways. One obviously would be basically me just attempting to fuel someone and explode in the process of doing so. I don't know how. I promise you that would happen eventually. I mean, you know, when it comes down to it, I you know, with Elite Dangerous, I've learned plenty of things to do, and I tend to just ignore the consequences, and that would be basically me exploding as well. As for the fuel rat thing, I mean, I've done videos on the fuel rats in general, but doing that myself, right, that is an idea indeed. It's the thing I try not to do too much is to shine too much light on any one specific community group, right? As even as good as they would be, right? Hull seals or fuel rats would be literally the best fucking people ever in this game. This is why you have condoms, friend. Oh, Jesus Christ! And that's a troll message from for fuck's sake, it disappeared. Guido Manero, of course. Credit card. Oh God! Credit card. Oh God! Oh God! Oh fuck me! Credit ejaculation is in order. Why? Oh God! Why? Oh, why? Credit cream pies is. Why? What is this stream now? It hasn't been half an hour. Jeez. Oh, I love it. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I guess everyone's going crazy. The quarantine. Orange Park, nice to see you, dude, as well. Greetings indeed. Blank. Well, having fun there. Oh yes. Oh my, yes. Oh my. Yes. People are having. Alright, well, I got coffee at least. Okay. It's exactly what you made it, credit porn. Oh my, well, it doesn't help the fact that I'm basically doing that right now, yeah, as I said. Oh my. Whew. Okay. Coffee? No kvass? Well, when it comes down to streams, you know, you kind of need a little bit of a boost, if you will, and so on and so forth, and I find coffee to be pretty decent, you know, sort of a substance to utilize, you know. But it's not necessary always, and what it does. I mean, sometimes tea, you know, that works too. Implying the kvass is not boost. Well, it's different. And that's the thing. I mean, okay, fine, I'm not literally just injecting myself in the heart with a pure fucking caffeine drip, IV drip or something like that, right? So, I don't exactly need that, right? But, I don't know. Kvass is good for, you know, just, relax, you know, just like a beer or what else. For some. For me, it's kvass, yeah. Alright. Kind of overheating. Whoops. Kind of. I was lasering a dead asteroid. Well, no, not exactly dead, but yeah. Oh, anyways. Blank. Let's see. You know, regarding the cutter, why does Elite Dangerous not have loadouts? That's a good actually question. See, right, a lot of people actually over the period of these fucking 5 years and what else, especially yours truly as well, have been basically championing the idea of putting in, you know, preset loadouts for your ships, basically. And having that sort of a capability when outfitting rather than just needing to do it one fucking unit at a time and then forgetting something, right? Loadout idea for outfitting would be fucking fantastic. The problem with that is that we're talking about Frontier Developments, a company, and well, okay, maybe I shouldn't talk about the company as a general because again it's just a bigger thing, but regardless, It's the development team within the Frontier developments that do work on Elite Dangerous that are led by some, shall we call them, out-of-touch developers or managers. Very out-of-touch managers that don't really think or don't really care about the quality of the game. See, Elite Dangerous, when it first was released, it was fantastic, like truly fucking fantastic, right? It had something unique, and it still is, right? But the content that, you know, the chief heads in charge of this development have been releasing basically very lazy slops and rushed slops of just non-content oftentimes as well. And they are to be mostly blamed for not caring or giving Elite Dangerous the wonderful treatment that is the quality of life. You see, quality of life oftentimes, well, depends of course whom you ask this, but see, in many games quality of life not only implies the bug fixing and so on and so forth, which actually for me is a very separate thing from quality of life, but regardless, for me quality of life would be basically improving existing tools and streamlining. For example, there is one thing that was changed thanks to yours truly, as a matter of fact. See, in Elite Dangerous, actually I can show you that. You can go on map, right? Let's just take whatever map mode, right? So you got systems and you want to bookmark it, right? Back in the day, you see, you could bookmark it with that button. That was introduced. Then I made a video, and after going to Frontier Expo in 2017, it was told to me that because of my, you know, particular critiques and commentary and what else, in one of my videos that I mentioned, there should be a negative button. Yes, this delete button wasn't placed. So the way you would delete the fucking bookmark, as a matter of fact, was, you know, you have added it, you know, you press add, and this would color in, you know, red, like this one, right? There wouldn't be a delete button. I suggested that there should be a delete button because obviously, I mean, that's just, that doesn't need to be told anyone, right? That needs to exist, but apparently I had to, and I did. So after I released a video saying that there should be a delete button, after let's see, after 1 or 2 updates or whatnot else, they actually put that in. But before that, the way you would delete bookmarks was going like this, delete, and every time. Just imagine how slow it actually is. The fact that this UI, even though it technically runs at 90 frames a second and more, actually I have it capped, it would be quite it wasn't quality at all. So that was one of the quality of life improvements. It's a small thing and it's an obvious thing, sure, but the fact is that you know, yours truly had to actually make a fucking video and, you know, tell developers that you actually had to have that. Was an interesting thing. Regardless, they put it in. And of course there are some other quality of life improvements that has to be, well, not have to be, rather put in. See, there are many little things, you know, menus that are obsolete or just simply not streamlined at all, you know. Quality of life things can even be something like codecs. It's more of a feature, a full-fledged feature, than a quality of life, but it hosts plenty of little things that would be sort of a quality of life level, right? The fact that you can, as a matter of fact, let's see, pilot's hand, no, it's not the pilot's hand, it's this part, right? So you have archive of scanned, basically just scanned entries, right? Scanned entries, and I think some of them even had voice stuff. Give me a moment. Let's see. I think some of them did, actually. There should be some generation ships. No? Those are tourist beacons. There we go, generation ships, and they have audio as well, right? And that basically shows that there's a bit more than just you know, a feature that is for quality. It's just a full-fledged feature. But regardless, you know, if they actually put in these already visited things, and you wouldn't need to go and revisit them just to present these things, that, or find yourself, right? If you actually went there and got the information, yeah, that is a full-fledged quality of life little thing, right? The fact that you don't need to do something that is, frankly, doesn't add to anything else, or anything in general. And then quality of life thing would also improve, well, in my case would also include some bigger changes like UI redesign, but that's just, depending on, of course, how big it is in general, but still. See, Elite Dangerous never really cared to do much of it. There were very little things, but generally speaking, the team over at Frontier, the section that is dedicated to making Elite Dangerous, or rather their fucking managers, producers and what else, they are more interested in actually pushing new features out rather than improving the existing game or its gameplay or even fucking balancing it. These little things that actually do matter quite a lot. Elite Dangerous seems to have this constant perpetual desire to push out new features so that people just buy the game and get the headlines in the magazines and whatnot else, or not the magazines rather, but the news outlets and whatnot else. It's Dragon5, hey, thanks for the bits there as well. Really appreciate it. Yes, but yeah, it's just that perception that only new features will bring in people is bullshit. And how do I know that that's bullshit? Warframe. Also No Man's Sky, even though No Man's Sky is to a lesser degree, regardless. See, a game like Warframe, for example, right? It can do a wonderful quality of life improvement, like, completely taking out and redesigning a massive portion of the game. Back in the day, it was the parkour system, right? I still remember it. I was actually not playing Warframe after the first release of it, and then I came back when they introduced the new parkour system, and I don't know, it kind of felt quite a bit better. I didn't really feel the difference because I had no previous point of reference, but the new system was actually so good that it didn't feel different and yet more snappier. Kind of, I don't know, it's kind of hard to describe that sort of a feeling for me, at least. But of course, over time there's been the melee redesign and many other little things for Warframe that has just simply shown that, sure, yeah, it's not gonna get the publication sort of levels of articles left and right, but it's gonna garner quite a lot of fucking returning player interest for sure. So yeah, there you go. So yeah. Sure, that's the thing. You shouldn't overestimate or undervalue certain aspects of the game, and look at your peers in the industry indeed as well, and how they have succeeded or failed at doing something. And as a matter of fact, Elite Dangerous seems to basically just go the way of, I want to be an example for my peers in the industry on how not to do the things. Yeah. Fucking assholes, man. But regardless, this is mostly to be blamed on management. Yeah, again, it's just the management's decision that, oh no, we just need to push out this feature no matter if it's ready or not. It's the management's fucking decision that we can't have the, or we don't have the time to go back and redesign this feature, or we don't have the time to, remake it or just improve it. We don't have the people or the manpower to just go and balance the fucking books in general. Yeah, Elite Dangerous. I mean, sure, yeah, they're moderately successful regardless, right? Because of that wow factor and the niche factor as well. But it's not gonna last long. That's the thing. There's just not enough positives that are coming in over time and so on. So, anyways. Lexi, right, so, I think the best part about Melee redesign Warframe was that Melee 3.0 is a combination of two Melee systems, because people were split half and half on which one they wanted. So they gave us a form of both. I don't know. The thing is, when it comes down to Warframe's melee system, I haven't had the time to truly go into it, you know, fully. But honestly, I prefer the second melee system where you could just simply had, you know, the melee at ready at all times. Even though I personally really prefer to use melee quite a lot, rather than weapons. Though, well, weapons are quite a bit more, you know, powerful. But regardless, I don't know. Constantly trying to, you know, take out the fucking weapon and, you know, then start using it. It was also kind of a bitch. But then again, hey, fuck it. I was constantly using fucking glaive, right? And with glaive, you always have the, you know, secondary weapon also ready, so it didn't really matter to me much. As a matter of fact, it was better if you actually took out your secondary weapon and glaive, because with that sort of combination, you were able to finally use the glaive's ability to be thrown and then exploded at, you know, a certain point if you had the mod installed. And anyways, that's just me, you know. So yeah. But yeah, these days, honestly, I'm more partial. Oh, actually, no, I still love glaive. Unfortunately, it's just not that useful or not that quick enough to be used in comparison to some other weapons on the melee category, at least. So yeah, I do love my Galentine. You know, wonderful fuck off sword, essentially. Fuck yeah. Oh well. Everyone has their own preferences, right? Alright, Chris also, yes, TheYamiks, they're punching out this fast as that oh, okay, yeah, Chris, that right, so that comment there was very tinfoil hatty there, buddy. Yeah, I mean, okay, fine, you got the point on the community's age in some ways for Elite Dangerous, sure, that idea, but I wouldn't say it's that bad, or that wouldn't, no. Just pushing out new features as soon as possible so that, you know, the fan base doesn't, like, literally die. It's a bit much. So, yeah, no. That's super wild speculation there, buddy. Almost as much as saying that, you know, hey, your president's a lizard man. Just, you know, just saying.
Hello there.
Yes, indeed. Welcome to General Ghost. Haha. So, how are you?
Yes. I am here for my weekly dose of TheYamiks slowly going insane over a game he doesn't even that interested in anymore at.
Yes. Oh, who says I'm not that interested anymore at?
Elite Dangerous at.
Well, who says that?
You.
Right, okay, so you imply that I myself have said that I am not interested in Elite anymore that much.
Well, you don't play it apart from just making for videos. You don't play for fun in your off time, do you?
Right.
And you just crashed into a rock. Nice.
Yes, don't need to remind me that. I'm trying to fly away from it. Right, so TheYamiks not interested in Elite Dangerous. Right, so that's a fairly valid, I guess, statement or assumption in one way or another. But not entirely true, you see. The thing is, my interest doesn't lie in the game. See, I find, well, again, my interest basically dropped for Elite Dangerous after I exploded once and lost all my monies from it. That happened, yes, TheYamiks went bankrupt back in the day. That was around 500 hours or so. That was before I started making, well, I made one video before that, but literally I was still playing PlanetSide 2 and making videos for that. My interest, you see, is entertaining you folks and informing you folks and maybe bringing, you know, maybe some joy or information. Yeah, I'd say information to you and everyone else, right? So That's the thing, and well, there is interest in Elite Dangerous as it is the subject in many parts of my work, but my work really is sort of based for you folks. So that's that's why I streamed today, and then that's why that's where many things are being done, as a matter of fact.
It is to entertain the masses.
See, Elite Dangerous, well, yeah, once you water it down, it's that's still a decent game, if you will, with massive flaws, but massive flaws only reveal themselves essentially when, well, after like thousands of hours, which is an interesting case for Elite, unlike many other games. So yeah, that's kind of a thing. And of course, I have gone through that time. But no, Elite Dangerous, when it comes down to it, I find it still interesting in the technical aspect and a few other little things. Sure, I do still observe it and whatnot else. There are aspects, as with many games. The thing is, over time, obviously, every one of us get used to one thing or another, and yeah, well.
Hello there.
Anyways, Dalton, nice to see you as well.
Hello.
Alright, let's see. Oh, right, here we go. Fancy Melon. Right, so he was getting exposed. Oh no! What shall I ever do? Oh no, actually, right, about the interest in Elite Dangerous, right? So yours truly's interest in Elite Dangerous is slowly turning into the same sort of an interest, and it is a genuine interest in the game, as I have for Star Citizen. Basically, to tell you, it's basically turning into a morbid curiosity to see what more or what kind of a shit fest it can turn into next. That's kind of the bad sort of interest. Because you see, I'm still interested to see where Star Citizen goes tremendously. I'm not interested in what the next gameplay they're trying to unravel, but what's the next maybe shitty or maybe a good thing that they can do, publicly speaking, because you can't, yeah, at this point, the curiosity in the fact that it is the most crowd-funded project in gaming's history ever, and the fact that it's just such a polarizing topic in game, or rather history piece, it's more interesting to me in that form rather than as a game, because as a game it's gonna be mediocre when it comes out, if it comes out. It's really gonna be a mediocre one at best. Especially considering, you know, the level of fucking development speed. So yeah, and Elite is slowly turning into that same thing, which is unfortunate, because, again, we all would like to see a positive change. We would like to hear positive news about things and how awesome a game could be. A good example right now would be Doom Eternal, and the original Doom, 2016, that is, and so on, you know, but...
Bannerlord.
Honestly, I've never been one for that sort of a game. Again, I can respect it for what it does and tries to do, but...
I honestly enjoy it very fucking much. It's great.
Yeah, I'm more interested in Stellaris than, you know,
well,
something like Bannerlord, so...
Yeah. Stream if you want.
So yeah, it's that. But yeah, I mean, there are plenty of things. Actually, when it comes down to it, I'm personally more interested in a positive, really positive way to see where Minecraft's ray tracing mod goes and how it goes. As a matter of fact, I played a little bit yesterday just on my, you know, own created world, and my God, is it fucking pretty? Like truly fucking pretty. And indeed, in the future of just game engines, right? That technical aspect is something that attracts me so much. And of course, later on, who knows when, but eventually we're gonna get Crysis remastered, and You know, they say that it's gonna have ray tracing as well and whatnot else. So that is another really interesting technical thing that just I want to see. And yeah, you can say that, but our citizens gonna have technical things as well. They're trying to do something that no one else is, you know, trying to do. And fair, you got a point there on a few things, but those
what
few
are they trying
things.
to do again?
Well, okay, on the technical aspect, they did want to do the server meshing, sort of a way of networking, right? Essentially having servers that together make up essentially a one massive server cluster or whatnot else. Not exactly the cloud style of a game, but or networking, but it was something different. There was a big technical thing that again, I'm not that familiar with exactly right now, so I need to go in back and rewatch it and you know what people wanted to make about it, blah 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 blah. But regardless, they canceled that. Okay, so what else is left for Star Citizen? Well, a very pretty graphics, and honestly these days it's not even the most complex thing anyways. The next big thing really is gonna be the fucking ray tracing. For ray tracing though, on the other hand, we need better gear, and not even, you know, my 2080 Ti you know, RTX 2080 Ti graphics card is still good enough to, you know, portray like fully. If you play Quake RTX, even with this graphics card, you're gonna basically see half of the screen being rendered, and then obviously through denoising algorithms, you know, made as a full screen. But it's still fucking gorgeous. Like honestly, it is, especially considering the original, right? So yeah, I'm more interested into that sort of a thing, where the games go from here on and how games change, especially in the graphics. Because alright, if we are going to talk about the history of, you know, how game engines and games in general, you know, advanced over time. I mean, for fuck's sake, in my own lifetime, in my 5 plus years, right? The games that I've observed have gone from Duke Nukem 3D, my first game that I played. That was basically a sprite-based 3D shooter with, well, technically it can't be called exactly the 3D, but it was sort of the first style of a 3D, right? Not, of course, counting the original Dooms, right? Wolfenstein. But regardless, that time they first started coming out with 3D environments, yeah? And in my time, the fully 3D, you know, modeled games came out. And it's just, no, I'm not 25. No, I'm slightly above that. So there you go. Yes, I'm around there. But yeah. So in my time, right, such things as actual animations for characters came out. Right? Remember the Half-Life, right? Half-Life actually featured one of the first sort of attempts on. Oh God, I remember. There was something. I think it was rigid. No, it wasn't the rigid bodies. It was
rigging.
Rigging.
Skinning.
There we go. Yes, it was the rigging thing that was very unique about Half-Life's Gold Source engine, right? The thing that they first came out to do with, and then in 2004, which was, you know, again quite a long way, sometime after, right? They did a full 3D, you know, proper facial. Actually, for Half-Life 2. The big sort of impressive thing was actually very, very impressive facial animations. Even that today are, you know, hardly ever beaten by most AAA games. Which is the stupidest thing, right? Oftentimes you look at, you know, something like Assassin's Creed and, I don't know, Hitman's and what else. Only in cutscenes you see them do decent facial animations, and not even then. Lip syncing and so on and so forth. That fucking Half-Life did back in the day. And of course, 3 years after Half-Life's release in 2004, you have Crysis coming out in 2007, right? That blows away the actual conception of what a game should look like, or just the amazing levels of just creativity that they used with foliage, and of course the lighting and the engine. And that was done on the fucking DirectX 9 right? And of course, afterwards in Crisis Warhead, you had what was it, the DirectX 10, which was actually a failure in some ways. I mean, sure, it introduced some little things, but so on and so forth, right? But it wasn't the greatest thing. And
yeah, it introduced geometry shaders, and the whole concept of geometry shaders. Yeah, the whole concept of geometry shaders was kind of like a dud. They are still there. Modern hardware still supports them, but the problem with geometry
no one
shaders
really
is
uses them. Kind of.
yeah, so essentially it's you can send in points and outcome triangles. So you send in triangles and outcome points. So this change of kind of geometry that really kills performance, and nobody is using geometry shaders these days.
So yeah, that was the first. That was the one thing about DirectX 10, which again it was just. And of course, right after that, then you know, on Crisis 2. When did Crisis 2 come out? Does anyone remember? I don't remember the fucking year. It was 2010, I think. I might be wrong on that one, but anyone correct me if I'm off there. But yeah, Crisis 2, you know, implemented sort of the first real use of tessellation in DirectX 11, right? And to this day, so many games run on DirectX 11. Even some run on fucking 9 to this day, right? And so on and so forth. The thing is, just... let's see, 2011. Ah, gotcha. Oh yeah, right. Yeah, 2011, right. And 2012, right. That's that year when Crisis 2 came out. Also, a few months later or before, I don't remember which game was the first one, but Portal 2 came out, right. And of course Duke Nukem 3D. Duke Nukem Forever came out. Those were 3 games in that sort of a year's span that I was most excited about, and 2 out of 3 were amazing, right? And it's just, even so, right, in technical aspect, the games have advanced in these, literally my time, in my lifetime, so fucking much. It's absolutely astonishing. And Daryl, well, thank you. I love your Elite Dangerous stuff, but do just games you like to play. Well, even if you don't like the game you're playing, what it else, it can be entertaining, right? And honestly, I prefer to be entertaining rather than just do exactly what I like. Because if I, you know, played what I liked constantly, it wouldn't be the greatest, you know, sort of entertainment, and there has to be compromise. See, you know, I do enjoy tremendously the first-person shooters, and I don't think that a lot of you would be watching me if I just played first-person shooters. And Elite is kind of... The thing is about Elite, that it sort of, you know, bridged that first-person, you know, I'm sitting here, I can move my head, which... To this day, honestly, I'm kind of weirded out that not that many games do. But regardless, right? And of course the vehicle-based stuff and so on and so forth that a lot of other folks like. And so, anyways, but no, the thing is, right? Just that it's the technical aspects within the gaming and, well, in general, the graphics sort of displaying as well as entertainment business and how it all comes together. That sort of thing is also very interesting for me. I try to look, you know, below the surface as well, you know, just how things come together and how they are made and what is done and how things change. Because, yeah, it's... I mean, I don't know. It's kind of interesting that, you know, my sort of life, at least when it comes down to games, right, has been basically filled with these just absolutely tremendous increasements and advancements and just well, entertainment, if you will, that we call and love, called games, right, or video games, right? That history that you literally lived through. That is just fascinating. I don't know, at least for me. And of course, along the way, I do, you know, poke and prod and learn about these things, because if you didn't know, I I've actually said this a few times, but regardless, you know, might as well say it again. I have, as a matter of fact, coded and, you know, tried my hand in, you know, the APIs themselves, the OpenGL, DirectX 11, a little bit of 9, DirectX.NET as well, you know, and these differences in how they actually, you know, build the graphics in general, or rather how they are structured. That whole thing is very fascinating as well. And, you know, and as I look deeper, you know, I start to, you know, hear things and listen and, you know, what the industry people say, especially the one and only John Carmack, you know, the person behind a lot of id games, and back in the day especially how he basically made the engine and worked with graphics and so on and so forth for Doom games and Wolfenstein games. You know, his contribution, and of course he's, well, honestly at this point I gotta say, just super hard work on just utilizing all these graphics tools that were given, and that to me is fucking just amazing. That's, I don't know, it's I don't know, why am I gushing for this? I'm playing Elite Dangerous, why am I gushing about this stuff, right? I don't know.
Meanwhile, I'm like the fucking opposite of you. I don't care about graphics at all. It can be fucking 8-bit and I still have fun with it.
Oh,
I
no,
only care
sure.
about the gameplay itself.
No, sure. There's definitely the technical aspect that is fascinating, you know, and there should be games like Crysis in my mind, right? Games that literally
Yeah,
show and
Crysis.
push what can be done with graphics, like fuck it, like even Half-Life Alyx, right? The VR Half-Life game that we had come out recently, right? And that
Yeah, I
game
know.
shows what is, you know, what can be done and how it should be done. Even if it is, you know, what some call just, you know, basically a tech demo, but regardless, right? There are plenty of games that show that you don't need amazing graphics nor amazing, you know, looking things or even a budget to make an amazing game that is just absolutely fantastic to play through. A lot of people will, you know, call their own favorite games, and feel free to just name a few below. Let's see what's your favorite, right? That is not very good looking. For Ghost right here, yeah, he says, okay, it's Hollow Knight. For me, let's see. The best game that kind of makes me think about, right, that is kind of shitty looking.
Wait, for shitty looking,
A shitty looking one, let's see. Shitty looking at the time, right, when it was released. Let's see. I'd say Dark Souls 3 for me would be the thing. I mean, it is very pretty, but it's on console level thing, and it's very restricted, and it's never been, you know, going for the graphics. Yeah, Elite would be a good example, but in 2014 when it was released, it wasn't the top looking game, nor it was the worst looking game. As a matter of fact, it was closer to, you know, the top guys.
If I have to go with one that people would call ugly, that has to be Mountain Blade Warband. That game didn't look the best at all, but it was fucking amazing.
But no, Minecraft, yeah, I mean, Minecraft is a great example, as a matter of fact, as well. Yeah, it's very simple looking, right? And yet it's impressive. Just not only in the gameplay, but also in the technical aspect as well, how it is made, if you ever, you know, looked into it. But again, I'm going about the technical sides, right? The gameplay of Minecraft, as a matter of fact, is just impressive, and so many people, it's actually one of the top games even to this fucking day. That's just,
it's good.
Yeah, it is. Say what you will, community is what it is for it, but you can't deny its actual impact on gaming, as well as its just sheer fucking depth, if you will. Not to make
I have another one
there.
The original Deus Ex.
Well, actually, graphically at the time it was quite advanced, I think, no? When was it released?
Yes, it was in 2000. And,
oh god, okay, yeah, it kind of looked like shit though at that point. Never mind.
Yeah,
But
the
no,
illumination.
it's not the worst looking one either. So, but
No, it's not. It's not bad looking, but the whole illumination. I mean, Half-Life was far ahead in
Far ahead, yeah.
in the illumination model. But I mean, what Half-Life did, they pre-calculated a lot of the illumination and stored that as illumination
Yeah,
maps.
the shadow maps and
Here's-
shit.
Yeah, not just the shadow maps. Also, like you had 2 layers of textures. You had the texture for the color, the diffuse map,
Yeah.
and
And
then you
normal.
had a normal not. Half-Life
No,
1,
no.
the gold source didn't know how to use normals. No, what it had was
What?
a grayscale texture.
Okay.
And this grayscale, no, not even grayscale, it was even color texture. And this color texture in very low resolution contained the brightness, the illumination. And for every light source in the map that you could toggle, there was a separate texture. And what it did was it first rendered it first added all the illumination textures together for all the lights that had been enabled, and then multiplied those illumination textures with the color channel to give the complete image. So it was kind of like a very early form of deferred shading, but without the ability to have dynamic lighting.
Interesting. I see. Okay. All right. All right. I always thought that it actually used normals though, but
No,
I mean it ran on DirectX 9 and 8, so technically it should have had, right?
It
So that's
could
what's-
have. No, it was a DirectX 7. It could have used. It could have used normals, normal maps, but at the time only the NVIDIA TNT and the NVIDIA GeForce 256 would have had the support for the register combiners. And the Gold Source engine was also targeted toward the old Voodoo cards, and they couldn't do it.
Voodoo. Yeah, the glide effects, the API.
OpenGL ripoff.
Yeah. Oh man. But yeah, it's again, yeah, the advancements in APIs. The thing is, I don't know, for some reason I've just followed this stuff throughout the years, even though I wasn't ever particularly interested in them. It was just something I picked up, and over time I don't know, kind of got interested in some of them, and of course coding in general, right? It's
around
I haven't coded in a
2003.
while.
Yeah. Around 2003, it got really interesting because suddenly graphics cards or GPUs became fully programmable. You could do loops, you could branches, and all that wasn't possible before. You had these register combiners, which allowed you to do hard-coded equations and combine several textures and rendering passes, and you could flip a few switches and control rendering by that. And if you were smart about it, you could even do stuff like a water ripple shader with that. So I did this way back then. A complete water ripple shader, not a shader, a complete water ripple effect, done completely on the GPU, but it was a really dirty hack, and if you look at the code, you're really scratching their head. What the hell is going on here? And with the introduction of shaders, you could just write down what you wanted.
Oh god, shaders are black magic in my mind. It's just, I tried understanding how they work and never just gotten to like, how is this code making like a ball, ripple or whatnot else? Just like, why and how and what the fuck is that? And yeah, sure, I basically didn't have, or rather, I started making content for YouTube and, didn't have the time to delve into that, but it's just one of those fucking black magic things for me to this day. Like, I should probably one of these days just learn about fucking shaders and how they work or how are they supposed to work. Just, I need to understand it, damn it.
just go to Shader Toy and have a look at what these crazy wizards are doing there.
All right.
And what you can see on Shader Toy is actually only fragment shaders or pixel shaders, as people call it.
Yeah. There are different types of them as well. Fucking hell, man.
Yeah, the difference between a fragment and a pixel. A pixel is a completed, colorized part in the buffer, and the fragment, has all the additional stuff like depth test and anti-aliasing, super sampling information, all that. That's all lost once it turns into pixel.
Actually, yeah, returning back to the whole, you know, the game looks like shit and yet it's so good. As much as I hated the ending that I got from Undertale, Undertale is a great example of just literally making just super bare bones level of a game that looks like, you know, complete kind of a crap, to be honest. And then it's just so depthful, right? So yeah, there's not only just the technical advancements that, you know, games have gone through and so forth. There's just also the storytelling and the way games have advanced, as a matter of fact, in time. And I'm not talking about just the general AAAs, though there is something to be said about the AAAs as well. It's the indie side of things as well. You know, such things as simulators. As hated the word is, even for myself, right? There are some amazing, you know, games that are, you know, walking simulators that I absolutely love. Right, greatest, for example, you know, if you are ever, you know, up for some sort of a deep thinking, if you will, or game design, just play through Beginner's Guide. It's so fucking good. Like the story and just it makes you think, pure and simple. It just makes you think. And if you ever want to make games, right, and that especially is true, right, and then that's provoke at least some thought. So yeah, there are, you know, these things, these narrative driven, basically just non-games, what some would call, right, that I still consider part of the gaming industry and whatnot else, and it should be very well looked at least a little bit, right? And of course, you know, Stanley's Parable is a great, just all-rounder, right? And a lot of people still like it. It is a game. It is a game, yes. And it's, I mean, there is technically elements, right? Like the baby game, you know, the thing, and baby in the fire.
It's a fucking meme.
Oh yeah, sure, but it's still little things that, you know, kind of make you think and whatnot. So yeah. So yeah, over these years there have been so many just interesting things, basically. Walking Simulator is free on Steam. Sure, it's garbage if I think of the one that you're referring to there. I don't know. I mean, you know, over the years, of course, as well as the cottage markets have come into light, and such things as fucking asset flips also have been a massive fucking plague, as a matter of fact. Yeah, that is basically just a mark of, yeah, there are enough people already making games, and, you know, not everyone's gonna be as cheaper or nice and make actually good things. There are just literally markets and people that will be making things just for profit purely, and of course that leads us obviously to AAA. And to this day, as a matter of fact, you know, the gaming industry, just the general things, right? The money is going into the market so much that it beats out movies or any other form of entertainment. And yeah, games are truly impressive, and how not only the market has evolved, but he has people, and, you know, through them and so on and so forth. I really just wonder what will, you know, happen in, you know, next fucking 20 years, right? In next part of literally my lifetime, right? Next sort of length there, next 20 years or so, right? That, who knows where the games will be. Maybe you'll get Star Citizen in that time, or Half-Life 3, you know, you never know. You know, that joke, that big joke. Well, yeah. But we'll see. And of course Elite as well, whether or not Elite will be still alive, and more so, as a matter of fact, fucking EVE Online, Jesus Christ.
We'll see by that, the end of the year, for Elite.
Whether or not those things will be still alive.
EVE is still strong, I think.
Oh, sure. Evas is, it's, you know, core people, and which is interesting, so yeah. And that's the last coffee that I have. Right. Alrighty then, starting to run out of limpets, soon it's gonna be time to go and sell the shite that I have. Let's see, how much do I have? 21 limpets left, okay. I was actually thinking before I started streaming whether or not I should make some sort of a event this week or so for just mass mining. But for that I would need some help, you know, people that would help bring in folks and so on and so forth, you know, in one instance, and just do some ridiculous mining sort of event just for fun and whatnot else. So yeah, I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll see. Maybe there are people that would help out and so on. So yeah, maybe something to look forward to. But yeah, for now, let's see, is there PvP in this game? Well, Elite Dangerous is a MMO game, so yes, it's it has the right. So the thing is, first of all, Elite Dangerous is always online game. You can't play it without internet, and it has 3 modes: solo, where you're literally playing by yourself and no player is around ever; private, which is, as the name would imply, you know, with you and your group of people that you want there for that group; and open, where everyone plays together, even though there's only griefing happening in open. I mean, sure, there are plenty of people that play without, you know, being griefed and what doesn't, but it's mostly play in places where, you know, no one's around. Because in the more popular systems and places that people gather, obviously there will be plenty, and there are no safe zones. The only safe zone you have is literally on the docking pad. Once you leave it, that's it. You can be killed at any time, any place, sort of. So yeah, Elite. Not very well thought out game for online play, if you will.
Well, you're also pretty safe if you're on a planet, because no one can home in on you there.
Well, that is true, even though if you show the coordinates you can be found. And as a matter of fact, I have been found in, you know, while streaming by people who tried to kill my poor little SRV.
Yeah,
you know.
but like if you're not streaming or anything.
Oh,
then
if you're not,
can't
you know,
do
an
it.
internet celebrity person doing things on the internets, yeah, if you're not transmitting your position, yeah, no one's really gonna come after you, probably. So there is that. Let's see, a lot of griefers, but fair play, also decent amount of players that just want to have fun with the others. Well, yeah, obviously you're gonna notice more of just, you know, the negative aspects of the game. That's just the way human nature is, right? Which is fortunate or unfortunate, well, hard to say. Still, it is what it is. Let's see, Steve, let's see, but Yamiks plays and spends most of his time online, of his online presence, talking about it, yeah, bad, naughty game. Well, the thing is, yeah, being a content creator and right now streaming and whatnot else, I obviously, in order to actually capture or do things that I, you know, want in a game, yeah, I kind of go for solo, obviously, but well, I mean, for example, today I'm gonna go and bring in the cash or thing that I, you know, mined for, and go play online, and, you know, let's see how people try and kill me, if they actually
Very
go
much
after
so.
me. So I'll be in Shinra Desra if you're around, so give or take half an hour or more after this, they'll probably be, you know, in open there. So prep your ships, I guess.
It's not a question if, the real question for you is when.
Well, I suppose. No. Me fiction. There we go. Thanks for resubbing or subbing again. Well, regardless. Whoop whoop. Sugar for the pony. Whoop whoop. Huh? Okay. Sure. Another horse to beat, I guess. Yeah. Because the dead horse beating never stops, folks. This endeavor that I go into, you know, it's fun one. I mean, I've been doing that for basically at this point 6-7 years, give or take. With the original Horse of Tribes Ascend and the even more canonical, if you will, Horse of Planetside 2, which actually spawned this idea of dead horse beating. Yeah, that thing's still around, even though technically these days it's surprisingly interesting to look at, and people have come back to play Planetside 2. So
Isn't it
yeah.
kind of dead though? Like barely
No,
anyone played?
it has regained some of its community, and you know, people are coming back to it. Though how long that will last, it's left up to the community and of course developers especially to see. But frankly, the engine is very old. Like the Forge Light engine that Planetside runs on is super fucking old, and yeah, it just
I
needs a
remember them
redo.
updating the game and then I was like unable to play it at all because frame rates went to shit even on
Yeah,
low.
there is a big problem with that too. I mean, it is an old game. 2012 after all. 7 years, man.
Still, the frame rate shouldn't be that shit in an old game.
Anyways, Ranek.
I'll blame you.
Just don't let them forget that Braben quote ever. Yes, that good old quote that in Elite,
Which one?
you know.
Of the many
You know
quotes.
the one that some wonderful people from, you know, the streams pulled up about balancing the game's income, and that one thing shouldn't,
Yes.
you know, yeah, that
They are
quote.
doing exactly that. They nerf everything into the ground. So
Oh
everything
no,
is equally shit.
they're doing literally nothing to balance out things. I mean, all you need to do is just look at the literally edge cases, you know. Okay, they do nerf the exploits or things that make too much money, clearly.
Yeah, but
They
too
do
much
that.
money for who?
But they don't do the opposite end. They don't care if you can't make any money by bounty hunting. I mean, you can, technically. But
You're
the
already
amount you can
making
make
the
is so
Frontier
paltry.
development's approved
Yeah.
money amount, TheYamiks.
Yeah.
How dare you not be satisfied with the Frontier approved money amount?
Oh, yes. Ah, well. Shit happens, what can I say? Shit happens when your CEO, you know, makes a quote and then 7 years later, not even 7 years, as a matter of fact, the combat balance, last time that it happened was for combat zones, but before that, really, 5 years ago, they basically stopped balancing the lowest income to be up to par with rest of the game, which, yeah. So basically 2 years, that quote basically was sort of properly placed about for 2 years of the game's development, which is a normal development sort of cycle, active development cycle. After that, after the first 2 years, everyone just like, yeah, we just kind of need to maintain it, and you know, here you go, like 10 people work on it, and fuck it, let's go make another game, or a zoo game. There we go.
Let's go make a piece of shit. Indeed.
Well, actually, no, they did make Planet Coaster, which, fair enough, is a decent game, and it actually works quite nicely. I like it very much, though the problem with Planet Coaster is that they basically taken that game and copy-pasted the fuck out of it. The zoo game and the Jurassic World is basically a copy-paste of it, and, I mean, yeah. What can I say? It's kinda lazy, but then again, hey, if you have the game, you might as well, right? I mean, hey, Frontier, I guess, is trying to turn their Planet Coaster game and engine into what EA does with, and 2K does with
EA.
sports games. They're basically trying to do that with, you know, what is it? The building simulators, or what the category is the Planet Coaster in?
Management, I think.
Part management, I guess. But yeah, they're trying to basically turn, you know, their engine into basically that. Elite is just a fluke that got, you know, everything started and funding big enough that they could afford doing it. It feels like. But yeah.
It feels like, indeed.
Yeah, quite. Okay, looks like this is gonna be my last. I don't have any more prospectors, and all that I have left is collectors. I technically could go and randomly mine some rocks, but I don't care. Right, so how much did I get from my 500 limpets? About 400s. Low 10 diamonds. Now, off to sell them. And hopefully today we have a decent amount of prices in place. Give me a moment. Let's see. Inara, where the fuck are you? Elite Inara. Markets, goods, low 10. Yes. And let's look at sell. Best. Wait, what? What? Oh, best to sell. Never mind. I was wrong. Never. Oh, hello. And we got Rob. Hey, love your elite streams. Oh, goddammit, I can't read it properly there. What ship you using to mine right now? That'd be Type 9. The ship that I'm using is Type 9, and why am I using it is simple. I don't want to turn my cutter or corvette into a dedicated mining ship that I can just, you know, throw in a corner and only dig out when I need it to be mined or used for mining. I basically made a build, well, not even a build, it's basically just things slapped onto it as much as possible to just make it into a mining viable ship, and just once I return, I chuck it in a corner and don't, you know, bother with any other ship redesigning for mining. And basically I just did it so that I don't need to constantly take out parts and put them back into ships that I prefer to use usually. So there you go. Anyways, 1.3 million, and that is, oh, okay, that's a decent one, though will I be able to jump there? Oh, give me a moment. That would be, okay. Let's see. Can I jump to it? Please tell me I have enough fucking fuel for it. Probably not gonna have. No, I don't. Right, so that means fuel star, you say. I don't have a fuel scoop. So the question is, should I go and fuel here or not? That's an answer of no. Let's see, any other ones in the way? Give me a moment. Do we have a big station? Just piss off, stupid UI piece of garbage! Oh my god, I hate you! There we go. Yeah, the UI, at least in the system, just... Well, generally speaking, Elite Dangerous is requiring a lot of UI redesign, in my opinion, right now, because there are so many new things placed in Elite that just... Rather, there have been so many things placed in Elite that the UI really needs to be redesigned. God, is there a fucking station that has a place? God damn it! Ah! Alright, give me a moment. Where is a good planet or place that has a decent... Oh, just come on, give me a... Okay, you know what? Hold on, give me a moment. Let's see. Security, I don't care. I need just population size, something like that. That should... No, a little bit more. Here we go. Along the way... Oh, here we go. Piss off, you fucking piece of shit UI. God damn it. Ah, I hate this sometimes. Just... Here we go. Alright. 7 billion, whatever. And here we go. Chocks, that should be enough. And off we go, basically. And yoink. Right. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Grind, grind, grind all day. Grind your mind away. Yes, indeed. Michael, hello. I'm on PS4, and when your beta started, I had 3 billion. As of yesterday, I have 7 billion. I'm gonna keep grinding until June release. I may end up with 20 billion by then. Well... I don't know. If you're really intent on having fleet carriers, I'd say perhaps wait until the next beta, and so on and so forth. I would strongly urge that you voice your opinions about fleet carriers and their idea of just making them for developers and forums, if you can stand going to forums. I actually, the funny thing is, let's see, I had oh yeah, I had one of the viewers, just like yourself, right? A little while back, he had this idea that fleet carrier should just simply be a massive reward after reaching triple elite, right? Just simply, once you get triple elite, that's it. You've proven that you played the game for long already enough, right? In my eyes, at least. And you should just be given the fleet carrier. Simple as that. Just be given free fleet carrier. I mean, what more do developers want, right? You've proven that you've spent... Yeah.
I think that would be amazing, doing it that way.
Right? And this person had this, really cool idea. And of course, he wasn't the only one. As a matter of fact, I had some other folks coming in the stream later on and just offered the same idea. So plenty of people have this, personally, I think, a really good idea. And then basically he went on Reddit, not Reddit, but forums, to just basically give that or make a thread about it and so on and so forth. And then I get a message to my email, and he basically says, "Oh my God, the fucking forums is full of shit, full of just some of the most toxic people around." And he's not exactly wrong, which is very sad. And well, the unfortunate reality is that basically most game forums or forums for a specific game are absolute cesspools. That's been basically since forever. I've noticed that for PlanetSide 2, I've noticed that for Elite Dangerous, I've noticed that for a few other games and so on and so forth, that I've tried to go on forums and maybe post a video or two, or for example, make a thread or something, and it's mostly, at least I think, I'm not an anthropologist, so I can't really say why exactly it is that way, or psychologist, but I have a feeling that because of restrictions, a lot of people, know that there are I don't know. Maybe it is because of the restrictions that many forums put on, don't swear or don't do these, and everyone becomes so, I don't know, snarky or just not really trolling, but just it brings out the sort of worst things. And in comparison, Reddit, as many people don't like Reddit, like XCGS or whatnot else, he says that also is very toxic and whatnot else. And fair game, there are plenty of that, but because Reddit has way lesser restrictions, like you can sure as hell go and swear, depending on, of course, which subreddit, but regardless, there's, generally speaking, a lot less sort of that snarky attitude or just toxicity, at least that I've noticed personally, which is an interesting thing, right? that sort of a difference that in a more restricted walled garden you have just the most toxic behavior being not, well, maybe not rewarded, but rather just brought out in people. And on the other hand, the less restrictive the surroundings you have, the more open people become and sort of honest, I guess. Which is kind of a... Eh?
Fuel? Ah, you're flying to the station. Okay, didn't see that.
Yes. So yeah, if I ran out of fuel, I would be probably searching for a place where to sell shit, or not the sell shit, but buy fuel. Worst case scenario, I would have to go for fuel rats, and I was taking that, the risk that I might have not, had enough distance to jump to even this station. So it was kind of a whatever. It doesn't matter.
You know what
It'd be
happened to
interesting
XCGS?
Yeah, he made a video about being banned from fuel rats?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. He essentially did the same thing like you, and I can go to...
No, he was doing it, I think, like on purpose, was it? Or something like that. He knew that he didn't have the fuel, so he knowingly ran out of fuel and then asked for fuel or some. Again, I don't remember his video. Again, if you want the full story, he made, his side of the story, whatnot else, so go and check it out. Personally, I don't care because TheYamiks is so fucking sick and tired of the goddamn dramas left and right from PlanetSide days that I just constantly turn off my brain immediately when something like that is being said or propagated. It's just like, oh, one player group is arguing against another player group, or one player is arguing against another group, or whatnot else, and I'm thinking, okay, here goes. No thanks, I'm off. My brain is just nope. Fuck drama, fuck that shit, I'm off. Yeah, basically just like immediately, nope. No, I don't care. Like literally, just immediately, nope. But anyways, speaking of the forums and Reddits and so on and so forth, right? I was alluding to the whole open environment and how that brings out actually more welcoming sort of perception of the people that are within that sort of a, I guess, forum or thread or whatnot else. And that's the thing. This is another reason why I, use profanity so fucking much and so on and so forth,
because
right?
Fuck everyone.
Well, in a good and bad ways, depending on what type of person it is, right? Everyone loves to get fucked by something pleasant, right? I think. But no, that's the thing, right? There is that. Also, yeah, in my streams and so forth, I just choose to use, or rather allow, people to express themselves however they want, as long as it's not just downright idiotic. And well, racism is one of the idiotic things that you can do, right? Or so on and so forth. Unless it's, well, honestly, there's no really, sarcastic racism. That's also pretty stupid. But on the other hand, nationalistic things, right? Oftentimes I say, Latvia is like the best country in the world. And that sort of a rhetoric that I use. Just something stupid, just to, pull someone's leg or my own, right? That sort of a thing is often fun and whatnot else. But yeah, when it comes down to actually racism, that's, yeah, never mind, that's horrible. Just stupid. No, that's not horrible, it's just stupid. Haven't we gone past that? Like, just, people be people.
One could wish.
Oh yeah, one could wish. One could fucking wish, man. But unfortunately, we live in the times we live, and, well... Okay, actually, okay, so this is a weird segue, but let's go into Star Trek and Mr. Rottenberry's vision of the future. There was this wonderful episode in, I think... Oh, guys, I don't remember which one, but one of the episodes with Star Trek, the original series, where essentially they had the, Abraham Lincoln essentially come aboard or something like that, and Abraham using the then racial slur and whatnot else, and everyone being surprised about something like that, whatnot else, because in that time, in that far removed future of Star Trek, right, that sort of concept of racial differences or just differences, right, between humans and just Federation, was so far removed that everyone was like, huh, what?
It's heretical.
Yeah, no, not exactly. I mean, we're not in Warhammer 40k.
Not yet. No. We are still not at the point where the God Emperor takes over. That's still like a few years away.
No, but that's one of the things that I absolutely love about Star Trek, right? That far removed future where just humans have gone, you know, and gone so far that they literally have just gone absolutely beyond that level of just hating another one, right? Because of some fucking difference, and trying to find a way in exploring these concepts. Just well, of the past, if you will. So yeah, that future would be absolutely amazing. All
you wouldn't be that peaceful if there were war demons trying to mindfuck you every day.
The web gear, yeah. Yeah, there we go. Yes. Web gear is right. That was the quote that he used there, and that's the thing. That episode alone, right? I was actually, let's see, holy shit. I was watching Red Letter Media, where they literally talk about, you know, Star Trek quite a bit, and so on and so forth. But that was just like that point that they made about how Star Trek has that, you know, far removed future. It was absolutely fucking awesome. So, yeah, and the thing is, right, and yeah, when it comes down to it, for me, you know, oftentimes it's just, I live in Latvia, right, and we really haven't had that sort of a cultural and social change in our, you know, society that America went through, and a few other places in the world as well, right? So I'm basically looking from that sort of a perspective, just everyone's everyone, right? And never really had to deal with that, although we have nationalistic issues as well, and that is Latvia, because again, we were Latvia historically was you know, General Ghost, what the fuck, come on, man, thank you. Just come on, mute your mic if you're just gonna shove around with your fucking dildo packages or something.
Chocolate.
Oh, god damn it, I want some now. No, no.
Come here and get some.
Sorry, Rajko. Sorry. Anyways, what was... Oh, right, Latvia, right. A little bit of a history of Latvia, right? So, as I said, though we don't really have racial issues, I don't think, at least. But then again, we are far removed, and there are obviously different things, right?
Independence issues.
Coming from, you know, the post-USSR bloc, if you will, you know, we have that sort of a... well, not exactly the best relations with the Russian side of things, right? And that perception that we have, and so yeah, there is still that. So, well, not everyone's perfect, as they say, right? But we have to look past that and you know, try to understand each other and, you know, move to a better future, if you will.
I think we also have to tell the Russians that.
The thing is, there are plenty. Again, the country in of itself, right? The political system is very interesting there, though. It seems to have never really changed since USSR. Sure, they have changed the sort of government style, but I mean, Putin is still in charge. So he's basically the next, you know, whatever leader of again USSR or post-USSR. So it kind of feels like that.
It's like he has been there almost half of my lifetime. I mean, I can still remember Gorbachev. Then there was Boris Yeltsin, and then it was, I think, Putin already, and then this other guy.
Who was basically a puppet leader.
Yeah, a puppet, yes. And now Putin again.
I remember this time, right? Agent, oh, dude, thank you. Dr. Doom is from... No, it's... Dr. Doom is from Latveria, not Latvia.
Also,
look it up.
Also, the Russian court just opened the way for Putin to rule for life, so yeah.
Hard to say if it was the actual people or he just simply power grabbed things. Because again,
honestly, Russia is an oligarchy.
Well, many countries are, but it's
most like Shadow Council.
Again,
charge of most things.
these are the things. These are the things that, about the world and how they change. And you know, when someone has to deal with social changes, we have the political change to deal with. And actually, hold on, never mind. This is really cool. Huh? Never seen something like this before. Kind of. You know, two
Yeah, I wanted
very
to mention
close planets. Oh, that's neat. Man,
Binary
okay,
Earth-likes.
okay. So this is completely far removed, right? But regardless, imagine if our system actually had something like this, right? I fucking bet you we would have colonized the other planet, or had some relations with it already, right? Imagine how fucking cool it would be if our moon had actually atmosphere and would be livable. Oh god
Or
damn
would
it,
have been
that'd be
colonized long
so
ago.
interesting. Like, honestly, it'd be so interesting.
Or TheYamiks, it would turn into XCOM 2.
I mean, well, yeah. There's that too. Oh, but yeah. Alright. Man, that sort of concept. Actually, really interesting thing though. There was, speaking of the sci-fi side of things, right? When oftentimes you think of, I don't know, a well, fiction story, right? Let's say Lord of the Rings, right? Every sort of a story that is set in sort of medieval-ish style of setting with the fiction, right? And science fiction as well. All the time, there's just one planet. There's just one planet and maybe moons that are kind of, you know, without atmosphere, very similar to where we live, right? Our style of a system that is, or universe that you live in, sort of. There's never, well, I mean, sure, there have been some stories, some very not popular or well, rather unknown stories, or less known stories that actually have or utilize the idea that there are very similar planets literally orbiting each other, sort of, or one orbiting the other, that, you know, different people literally live in, and you could either transfer from one to another through portals or through technology and so on and so forth. Never had to deal with any of those types of concepts though. I don't know.
A few years ago, there was it was a rather cheesy movie which had the concept of two Earths kind of orbiting each other, like our Earth, and with the same civilization, and in a distance of only a few meters, and there is this kind of building that connects these two. Because they are tidally locked, but the people of the two planets cannot touch each other because their matter is incompatible, and it turned out to be some weird kind of love story. But the concept itself was kind of interesting.
No, yeah,
But the
that's the thing.
execution
You
was-
could do because there is so many interesting, you know. Elite Dangerous is a great example of how many interesting systems there could be, right? And how many interesting settings you could have for your universe. And often everyone just defaults to just, oh, we have Earth, we have Sun, we have a moon, maybe 3 or so, and that's it. No one ever really goes for that, oh, there's literally, you know, close enough sort of a celestial body that is almost visible from where you're standing, like, you know, the moon in the evening sky or what else, and you could just arguably transport to it, right? So that's kind of interesting.
The name of the movie is Upside Down, by the way.
Gotcha. Name of the, oh, okay. You need to see Lex. They have 2 planets. Oh, okay. I'll try and remember that. So there you go. And Freshmore, right? So TheYamiks, you're talking about isekais. No. See, right? Isekai genre is, well, broadly speaking, a modern day person being transported to a, usually though, a game world and living within that world. But yeah, it's basically just being transported to a different world with the modern knowledge, be that for their benefit or not. But yeah, the thing is, isekai genre in animes actually have been basically blowing up left and right, and as much as I like the Sword Art Online, one of the, actually the most popular one, only the first half of the fucking first season was fun, and that sort of feeling I think everyone is trying to cling to. I mean, Overlord is a really good one, and the way it should be handled in some ways. Shield Hero was absolutely fantastic as well, but the rest of them, I mean, there are some glimpses here and there, but really, that's the thing. Why do you need the idea of Isekai, right? Why do you need to have that beginning of the story to have a hero from modern day basically being transported to this new world? Like, the story,
it's relatable.
no, that's just pandering. That's the issue. A lot of these isekais actually pander to that principle of, you know, being transported. Yeah, and there is the burnout as well. As a matter of fact, even a few years ago, the popular anime reviewers and you know, YouTubers and whatnot else, content creators, did talk about, you know, many of them actually did talk about the burnout of that genre, and that's the thing. You don't. That's the thing about storytelling and story writing. You don't need to pander to any sort of a style of things. You have to, you know, analyze what story you want to tell, and then decide whether or not that setting would make sense or add anything. Right? For example, isekais, right? A lot of them actually, you know, use that beginning, oh, that your character is being transported to this game world, right? But then ask yourself, wouldn't the story be more interesting, or does that fact that the person is being transported add anything to the story, his motivation to return or stay within it? If it doesn't, then you're just literally pandering. That's literally there for just that appeal or that initial thing, because many of those stories could work as fantastic, absolutely fantastic levels of just fictional stories of fictional worlds like Lord of the Rings and whatnot else. And oh, there was this one wonderful story that I recently finished watching, the heroic legend of Arslan. Oh man, that, I gotta say, technically, if you imagine some asshole, if he, you know, lived in today and tried to remake that story, it probably would be fucking isekai. Sort of a beginning, right? Rather than actually being set in its own sort of a fictional universe and so on and so forth. If you don't know what that story is, essentially it's a fictional world, basically with minor magic, super minor magic, like barely even existing, right? But regardless, it's basically Middle Ages. Yeah, I'd say it's more like Middle Ages with just, you know, a kid being thrust into, well, the situation of just becoming a leader or a king, or slowly gathering forces for kingdom under, you know, I'd say attack, I'd say, or downfall rather. There we go. So yeah, that's the thing. And hey, if you're a writer of fanfics and whatnot else, just keep those things in mind, right? Remove the setting, remove the cosmetical aspect of the story, and analyze your characters and analyze things that happen within your stories and whether or not they actually benefit from the visuals or not. Sure, visuals are oftentimes also well, the thing that attracts a lot of folks, but if you look at, for example, Avatar, The Last Airbender, sure, there is magic in the bending and all that stuff, right? But the thing is, if you remove that magical aspect, stories would still work. That's the thing, stories would still work if you remove that magic aspect in some way or another. Well, sure, yeah, the Avatar's sort of role in the world, sure, would probably suffer because there's no magic and whatnot else, but that's the point. Even with that, most of the stories would still work, and that's the absolute power of just absolute great storytelling that Avatar had, at least in my mind. So yeah, so it's oftentimes when you see in animes, movies, and so on and so forth, it's just made with a visual in mind, and then maybe some story being clobbered on it, and then lo and behold, it just kind of works, right? And Star Wars, actually, as a matter of fact, I think someone mentioned Star Wars as well here, right? Star Wars essentially is a hero's journey. A pure and simple tale of hero's journey. There you go. Magic, does it matter? Not really. Does the technology matter? Not really. If you remove those magics and, you know, setting and visuals, you can replace them with whatever you want and it would still work. At least to greater or smaller degree. Which is, you know, the wonderful thing about, you know, making a great story. And oftentimes as well, when you think about movies, you know, you have to have a female character, like just so, you know, because you need a love interest. That's either pandering, that's or that's just placing just for viewers' sakes and whatnot else. Oftentimes, actually, there are some studios that think that if you don't have women in your movies, you know, women ain't gonna go watch them, which is fucking stupid. But well, hey. Again.
Well. I'm more about the whole love interest angle. I mean, why do so many
that is
have
often
this love
tacked
angle?
on? Yeah. For example, Hobbit, right? The Hobbit was exactly that. Like that love interest with was it Keely and that elf woman, right? It's just no. All right, there's actually, if you actually want to watch some interesting video essay about Hobbit, I would recommend, I don't remember the creator's full name, but it was Lindsay, and she made absolutely wonderful video essay about Hobbit in 3 parts, and she basically explains that whole, you know, part of the, you know, love interest, if you will, and how movies often use it, and to great detriment, as a matter of fact, as well, as a fact to the whole movie in general. So yeah, it's, yeah, you don't, again, you can make a character and that character can work, and it doesn't need to be one way or another. Fuck it, it can be a faceless thing, as long as the story is good, right? And you have to make it good in the first place for everything to work properly. Otherwise, you're just literally kind of plugging things in for, you know, whatever appeal. And sure, that sells. There is truth in that. Yeah, sure, if you didn't put in a nice-looking actor, sure, the movie wouldn't sell as much, or you wouldn't put in something, you know, specific. Yeah, but I don't know.
I will just throw in the first 2 Alien movies. I mean, you had a really strong female lead who kicks ass.
And she might as well could have been, you know, a male as well, right? And the story still works. Well, actually, no. Now that I think of it, the second movie wouldn't have worked as well. Because, again, Ripley had that sort of mother's attachment to the kid.
Yeah,
right? So that worked, and that worked wonderfully with the story. So that's where you would need that, and well, yeah, that's how.
Actually, in the second movie, it got cut from the theatrical cut, but it's on the director's cut. Ripley has, in the time frame of Alien 1, has a daughter who was at the time 12 years old.
Yes.
And then she was for 50 years in hypersleep, and when she gets back and is awoken, her daughter already died.
Yeah,
So
she passed away like, what was it, a
yeah.
year or a few months even?
Yeah, something like that, which adds this surrogate mother aspect and angle in Alien.
That worked really well, and that's where you needed that, and it just, god damn it, I love Aliens. I mean, fucking hell, that is my literally favorite sci-fi movie. Just pure and simple, it's my favorite, and just it's not only just the, you know, popcorn flick, which it, you know, is made to be in some ways thanks to James Cameron, right? And it's just you need to know your characters, and you need to use them properly rather than just to tack on shit. That's the point there, right? And Lindsay Ellis, yes, you were right there. That is the creator that I was referring to. So yeah, Lindsay Ellis, or was it? Wait, hold on. Did I got that? Yeah, Ellis. There we go. That I referred to. So yeah, go check out her wonderful Hobbit video essay, which is fantastic. So yeah. Woof woof. Bork bork.
Yeah. Someone is, I think, walking a dog.
Bork
Yep,
bork.
that's
Oh,
that's
actually,
something.
speaking of dogs, right? I was actually thinking of, you know, doing a review or what else of a game or two, and then I was thinking, you know, I was playing Doom Eternal, and I got, oh, I rather was replaying the level where you first introduce a Marauder, you know, the new enemy that has that stupid fucking shield and a dog that he, you know, summons and whatnot else. And basically, I struggled against the fucker so much again that I just realized that, holy shit, that enemy makes me hate dogs. Like, I've never been a one for dogs, but god damn it, it just... that emotion that all of a sudden took me over is just like, you fucking piece of shit. I know how to get around you. I just... that arena and that enemy is so horribly designed. I just... no! Bad id tech. I mean id software. Just bad. Why did you design this? Fucking assholes, man. Oh. But anyways, it's just... god damn it. No. Just no. Oh boy, oh boy. Alright, well, it's time to sell diamonds then, and go in open for a little bit, so people can come and kill me, perhaps.
Ah, yes, the fun part.
You think Star Wars is bad? Watch Star Trek Picard, it's horrible. No. I'll just watch Red Letter Media react to it rather than, you know, me watching it, because, no. Oh, speaking of actually watching things, okay? What I was actually wanting to do for a little while was go back and rewatch Stargate. It's personally my favorite sci-fi TV show. So I was thinking, okay, I probably should rewatch it now. But never really gotten around to doing just yet, so probably one of these days you have to. If you haven't watched it, watch it. It's also wonderful. It's not as good as Star Trek the original, I can tell you that already, but it certainly has wonderful characters and even some messages as well. Even though season 8 already is basically rehashing so many fucking things, so up to season 7, I'd say. After that, it's like, if you want extra. But yeah, absolutely. The one thing that really drew me in for Stargate was the fact that, you know, they actually went and discovered technology, and they were always on the hunt for technology, right? And implemented that further technology that they've managed to research in the next episodes, and that ongoing story was so good for me, at least. And of course, the characters too eventually grew just so wonderfully. Oh man, it was great. Really love Stargate for it. And when it comes down to Stargate Atlantis, I basically watch it for just Jason Momoa. Really, literally just for him. Okay, well, maybe Rodney. Fine. Rodney is also additional thing that I do watch for, but everything else is just nah. Babylon 5. Loved it as I watched it. Unfortunately, the circumstances that the show itself went through, yeah, kind of left it at kind of a shit result. But generally speaking, Babylon 5, fucking cool. Like, truly fucking cool. And lo and behold... Wait, what? No! What? Am I... No. What? I'm in the right place? Hold on a fucking second. It should be 1 point... God damn it, it was 2 minutes of... Fucking piece of shit.
What?
Okay, now what sells the... Oh, you fucking cunts. God no, it should be still 1 million. It just refreshed and... Fuck you, Inara. Inara, you're showing me wrong prices, because I have a half a fucking million for every ton. This is bullshit. Okay, let me fucking show this. God damn it. Give me a...
Salt.
Yeah. Here we go. Here we go. So this is Inara. I selected low temperature diamonds and the best place to sell, right? There we go. That's the thing, right? That's the thing. And what I see on the screen is 500,000. Oh, fuck you too. Okay, so in that case, I'm just gonna get my fucking ass then to... Yeah, looks like... there we go. Goddamn piece of crap. Alright. Need to travel more. Fuck. Right.
Yamix is about to explode.
Yeah. Ah, one of those days, huh? Yeah.
All the fun days.
Alright, here we go. At least I can jump to it. Good. Alright. Here we go. Freaky deaky dude. Better buy a fuel scoop and go quicker. Fuck it. Actually, not. You know what? I could get rid of a couple of things for sure. Exit, main menu. Yeah, since I'm gonna be. Oh wait, no, I don't want to fuck up this build. Yeah, okay, never mind. I don't want to just redesign this build constantly, so no. Big gas tank. Nah, I'll be fine. Let's see. Give me a moment. I need to remap a couple of keys. Show me what I got on these keys. Oh, okay. Yeah, there we go. Space. There we go. Remap keys. Good, good, good. Right, here we go. Elite trading is horseshit. Well, it's not the greatest thing, sure, but it's not the worst either. It's cathartic, at least for my taste. I like it well enough. Trading in Elite is generally okay-ish. Need to investigate more values, but as for the aspect of doing it, it works.
Right now,
it works.
the only thing you should trade is Imperial slaves.
Yeah. Let's see, Alexei. They should be so much easier if. This should be much easier if front-end developments. I mean, you should probably say devs, but anyways. Finally, let us store freaking things so that we can transfer to jump hauler. I got. Yeah, well. There's plenty, as I was saying, there are plenty of quality of life improvements the developers could implement, but because of their development decisions and development, I don't know, cycle, whatever you want to call it, they're not inclined to do that. Now are they? Yeah. So yeah.
Then fuck you for asking for them.
Yeah, basic. Well, we can always ask, but yeah. Receive shall we not? Ranek, do let me know what are the things that I didn't mention, because the thing is, I focused more on the actual, well, actually getting the fucking thing to an okay state, right? So my primary goal was just not to get botched garbage, right? That was my primary concern, so I didn't focus on the values just yet. Oh, and Mossberg. Don't bring more than 5% of the station's demand in your cargo. You get the big price drop. God damn it! Okay, gotcha. Gotcha, so that's why the price is low. I brought too much stuff.
How dare you bring too much stuff?
Ugh. Yeah, well, screw it. I'll be fine. This next station should have decent amount of demand, so yeah. Then that's the thing. Alright. Oh well, oh well. But the demand is Oh wow, that snuck up on me. Holy shit. But the demand is fixed and resets every 10 minutes. Yeah.
Fun.
Watch it, not decent demands for you. He focused on commodity market issues in addition to the upkeep, the decommissioning crap. I'd link it. No, I don't. Yeah, I don't allow the links because of obvious reasons. Well, commodity market, right? So I did mention that the commodity market basically offers you to sell, or rather transfer credits directly between people. So yeah. And Wild Dog, try not to spam stuff. So please. But anyways, how is mining going? Well, it's almost done. That's my result there. But yeah, but you see, commodity market, yeah, the biggest concern I really have about the commodity market is the fact that it allows you to just pure and simple allow you to transfer credits. That's it. As
Why
for...
are you worried about that?
Hey?
Why are you that much worried about it?
See, right, I look from the designer's perspective, right? So let's say I designed Elite Dangerous, right? I made the game's progression and, you know, expected sort of a player movement and of course player advancement throughout the game, and then I designed the obstacles along the way, and I would design the way that player usually would normally go through these things and what is required to be done before the player can move on to the next challenge or thing, like, you know, in any normal game you would, right? Expected sort of progression sort of a thing, right? But when somebody can transfer credits and, you know, give the result or just the reward straight up to another player, that designed gameplay is essentially skipped. And in that designed gameplay, oftentimes in a good proper game, you would have introduction to the game's mechanics, introduction to the game's universe or story, and things like those. In a proper game, you would have along the way of just doing the game, you know, gameplay stuff, you'd be told things or showed things or how things work and whatnot else. And if a player just simply skips it, defeats the purpose of, you know, having put in effort in that. Having, you know, player not know how to, you know, control the game or do things in it. That's what I don't like about giving the player, you know, directly just skipping and giving the result, a reward. Because, well, probably you've noticed some, I mean, I'm not talking about elite creators, but there are obviously some YouTubers that, you know, get access to the fully unlocked accounts and all that stuff on many games, and they basically don't know what the fuck they're doing or how the game is played. You know the cases, right? There have been plenty of those examples all around, right? And yeah, then you just wonder what the fuck is this guy making a video about, or what the fuck is this guy, you know, talking about when he doesn't even know the game, right? And that sort of result you want to avoid as much as possible. And that is the issue with the credit transfer. You know, it offers that potential to be, you know, sort of ruining the game. Of course, Elite Dangerous, because there's literally not much you can learn from starting to finish in the game. Only thing that you do is just grind for credits in order to get bigger ships and whatnot else, and through doing that, you're not, well, sort of incentivized to vary your gameplay, which is sort of shitty thing, especially with the rank system. Hey, you want to unlock fucking Cutter? Guess what? You can do this one mission ad nauseum and get there probably even faster than doing varied missions. And that's not good game design, right? With normal rank system, you should be asked to do a challenge to rank up, like in, oh, I don't know, Warframe, right? In Warframe, to level up your mastery level, right? You need to do different and kind of important gameplay types, right? Like stealth, or hacking, or, you know, killing, which is obvious, or, you know, many different things. You just need to do them. right? And you need to prove that you can do that before you can move on.
Yeah,
That
I would
is
like
a
to
good-
add that. I would like to add that if Elite had, which it doesn't, but if it had a good ranking system, then I would say lock all the ships behind this ranking system, so that money transfers really don't matter.
Elite is not designed that way, though. Which is
Yeah,
unfortunate.
it's not. It's not.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I mean, I had an idea actually, and probably a lot of other folks have similar ideas. Basically, just as you play, as you do different missions, right? Or you do certain activities, you unlock the next ship in the, in the big unlock tier. Think of World of Tanks unlocking tiers. I mean, in World of Tanks, yeah, you just basically grind XP and so on and so forth. But the idea of the tech tree, essentially, where, one ship unlocks the next ship, and to unlock that next ship, you need to perform certain amount of actions or certain things or certain tasks, right? That idea would be far more interesting for me to do, right? I love, ships, and rather being able to do just this mining constantly to basically be able to just afford them is shallow. It's pure and simple shallow gameplay that doesn't give me any enjoyment. Yet you could have put in such more effort, or rather not even much effort, but just you could have put in such a good system in it to entertain your players, right? And give them sort of a purpose, or at least a sense of progression in the game. Right? Rather than just, I'm just gonna go to a mine for hours on end and unlock the game. There you go. How entertaining is a game where you basically just do one thing for all eternity and boom, you're done? That invalidates the time and effort that has been placed in, well, so many other aspects of the game, as a matter of fact. The fucking missions, as much as I hate that they are so fucking bland and repetitive and whatnot else, every single one of them at least has some fucking level of development placed in them, and actually effort as well. Pirate missions and so on and so forth. I mean, as much as I hate them too, right? And just, god damn it. It's literally game self-defeating itself. Like, just, yeah, it could do, these missions that are all varied and different and still reward you a little bit, but in the end, why would you do them? Like, why would anyone do pirate missions when you know that, to kill a pirate lord, you need literally a massive ship, if not a wing of massive ships, to defeat that? And instead of, getting, and basically as a reward you get basically a 10 million at best.
Nah.
Or you can just go mine for literally half an hour and get twice as much money. Like, who's gonna fucking do that pirate mission, right? Like, sure, if you design the mission boards to be basically easy, directioned sort of objectives that are given to the player, but for lower, cost. If the player doesn't know what to do, he gets a mission. He can go and do the mission which is told how to be done, right? And the player earns less money than if you knew how to make the money, by doing that activity yourself without the prompt of a mission. Yeah, then that is a, sort of skill versus, ease of use sort of a gameplay where, again, if the game needs to tell you how to do this activity, you get less money, but you can do it with structured design. But if you have been skilled and trained and know how to do it yourself without need to go for a mission pickup, you get slightly more money, or you can do it slightly faster. That, again, that's a design. That's, sort of a one or the other sort of equivalency in some way or not. Well, some way or another, I mean. It's basically yeah, that design that what was it? Risk versus reward, essentially, style of
That
like.
doesn't exist in Elite.
Oh yeah, of course it doesn't. Elite Dangerous doesn't exist. Well, there's no fucking risk in Elite, as a matter of fact. Or rather, for most money you can earn or would earn, it's just there's no risk anyways. Mining. I'm currently referring to mining, of course. So,
Well, I would always
It's
refer
sad.
to my favorite thing that I always did, combat, bounty hunting, and how
Yeah, mine
garbage
too.
it pays.
Oh, it's absolutely horrendous. For example, if you didn't know, folks, combat, just for reference point, pays you about at most 7 to 10 million.
Or
And that's if
less.
you have really beefy ship. If you have really beefy ship, that's it.
Or even less. No, if you have a beefy ship, and you get the luck of many FDR spawning in the fucking
Yeah.
hazardous resource extraction zone.
Right?
Because
And
the
and,
FDRs
and
have
in
all the money on them.
comparison, right, you have road to riches or just simple exploration, right? You can just not even go with road to riches. You can go out there and explore, basically jump to system and scan shit in it. Just pure and simple scanning. And you get as much or more money than with combat and bounty hunting. And where is fairness in that? Where is the risk versus reward principle that many, as a matter of fact, all games should go with?
And then...
No,
if
there's
we
no
talk
risk.
about-
In fact, risk is basically less risk, more reward. That's the gameplay that Elite employs.
And
Anyways.
if we go with the risk versus reward thing one step further, we can look at the in-game raids, as we call them, the Targoids,
Yeah, the boss battle.
which pays absolutely horrendously.
It was 2 million for the Cyclops, 6 million for Basilisk, 10 million for Medusa, and was it 16 million? I think it was 16 million for Hydra. And those are battles that actually you need a lot of skill to do. And sure, if you have a wing, you can do it quickly, right? And
But
sure,
you
you can
still-
get pretty decent amount of cash if you do it with a wing, but as a solo thing, you always need to make sure that the solo is also not, you know, left in the dirt, because you have, or rather, the game implying that you have to do everything with the wing, otherwise you're not gonna make any money, which is also a very stupid design.
It's not
So,
only
yeah.
that you won't make money, but fighting a Targoid in itself, you are risking way more than you're rewarded for.
Yep.
It's like you're risking 50 million in rebuys for 2
I mean,
million.
okay, fine. You can be like yours truly, who has killed the Cyclops in a Sidewinder, which, you know, is
After a few thousand
so...
tries.
Well, yeah. Still, you can do it. True. But it's not how it should be designed. Simple as that. It's just not how it should be designed, in my eyes.
In my eyes, it should be like a World of Warcraft bosses. Like, they should have the highest payout ever in the game and would be incredibly difficult to slay. Like,
Yeah.
Hydras maybe... Maybe
Hydras
the
are a good
Hydra
example of it, yeah.
should be... I think there should be a new variant, like a Hydra Plus or something above them. And defeating it, you would need a full wing, and it would pay 100 million credits for everyone. But you would be risking multiple rebuys.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a power
Definitely.
creep, man. Do we need a power creep, really?
I mean, it's a raid boss, literally. Raid boss.
Okay,
being
right.
difficult.
Actually, no. I assume, of course, that you are implying basically more HP and more damage, or you know, to
Yes.
make the difficulty go up. But that's the thing. I'd much rather, instead of more health and more damage,
Well, not
I just
really.
want something different instead.
Like, I would want it to have its unique way of fighting, for one. Like, shouldn't be the same thing that every single target does. Oh, you shot me, I'm running away
Yeah,
for a
basically
second.
not just upping the numbers, just actually function of it should
And
be different.
Instead of upping the Targon swarm to 5 billion, how about it releases like 5 small swarms of 10? like, or one for each player, like 10 targets.
That's
for each
again,
player to annoy
that's
them.
kind of a bit different, but it's still upping the number, sort of. It's
that's
just
the
instead of
purpose.
one swarm, you have 10 swarms. Like, it's
Yeah.
still a number change,
And
really.
maybe give it some new attacks, or
Yeah, there you go.
some-
New attacks. That's a function change. Now that would be interesting, indeed.
maybe a rage mode if you got it below a certain amount of
I
health.
suppose. Yeah. Alright, let's see.
Maybe if the battle goes on for too long, like there is an internal timer, it would call in a few scouts to help it. Like it's on 5% health and you go through like 20
That
minutes
is-
without killing it.
Yeah,
Then
I mean, we can always speculate and suggest ideas, but realistically, we're just wasting our time, honestly. I don't want to be pessimistic, but god damn it, does fucking developers listen to our ideas about this stuff? No. Do they implement new stuff? Also, no. So, I don't know.
And this
Again,
is
I'm...
why everyone should fucking play Elite RPG instead of Elite
I-
Dangerous.
I wonder why they didn't do the low effort thing and just add a Thargoid planetary scan missions. Like we have the planetary scan missions for human stuff. Just create
They
some.
kind of did.
Oh yeah,
They,
the target
they,
military
yeah, they did implement. Basically, if you went to Obsidian Orbital, if I remember correctly, you would be given a mission,
Yeah.
quote unquote, that asked you to bring back one of the things, one of the commodity items that spawned on the Targoid bases, inside the Targoid bases.
The Targoid link. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, it was that, no, not the. No, I
Ah,
think
The link spawned.
it
in
was the
there, yeah.
links, it was the tissue sample, it was whatever, those commodities that you could find inside there, and it basically gave you back so little fucking cash. It was kind of useless. I mean, it was an attempt to sort of make you go to those things and look at them, or at least visit them once, and I'm thinking,
At
Kinda
least
lazy.
people went to them, but they are again forgotten. Like there is nothing else to do with them. They just became forgotten pieces of nothingness. It's kind of sad, honestly.
yeah. Hold on. Right. Let's see. Let's go back to Shinrata and then go for open then. Why not? For the end of the stream, let's go for the open, and I'll attempt my keypad combat here, as I'm flying around with a very unique, interesting thing that I do want to make a video about as soon as possible.
I honestly have to say that if anyone really wants to make their own Elite Dangerous, like the Elite RPG exists, and it's perfect for that, I think.
So you need to nerd out over pen and paper, though.
Yep. But we are already nerds.
I mean, there is Elite RPG and there was another one. God damn it, I keep forgetting the name of it.
I'm meaning the new one that they just released.
Damn it.
It actually looks kind of great.
Elite Encounters, I think it was?
I mean,
Fuck, I don't
honestly,
remember.
it
Damn it, there was
looks
one
great.
more. Let's see, right. Duck. There we go. Already heard and haven't left the station. Hey, Heratian! Shh! Shh! Shush! I fly good, yes? Very good.
Yes,
Don't
of
mind
course.
me.
We believe you, of course. Yes, Yamiks, we believe you.
Oh yeah, actually, I have basically half an hour left for the 3-hour mark. So yeah, haven't done this in a little while. So yeah, while I'm traveling, might as well do a little bit of shilling and whatnot else. So you know that stuff. Kind of have to keep the lights on in some ways or another. But yeah, anyways. If you enjoy the stream and all that stuff, of course, do subscribe on YouTube and follow on the Twitch. You know, why not?
Sellout!
For myself, yes, I'm a sellout for myself.
Still
Good comment there, buddy. Very smart. Carrying on then, right?
I'm
So,
just leaving.
oh yeah, do join the Discords. Why not? I think I should do a giveaway anytime soon or something like that.
We
Well,
haven't
in
done
any
it
case,
in a while.
it's it's just something that I'll probably do sooner or later. But yeah, that side, well, of course, yeah. If you want to support the, you know, the work that I do, streams I do, and all that stuff, of course, there's the Patreon link down below, and what merch store, and you know, Twitch has its subscriptions, and YouTube has its join buttons and super chats and whatnot else. And Streamlabs contributions for the tips and so on and so forth. So, if you're able, of course, you know, first things first. First take care of you and yours, and if you have anything left and you want to support, I greatly appreciate it, as some people have already done that. It certainly has come in handy quite a bit, so thank you. Right, well, let's see, how many jumps? Oh boy, right, so 2 jumps, and now if I go to open, oh my, oh my. Oh my god, this guy is totally toast. Oh my. Thank you for subscribing there, really appreciate it. Hey Yamiks, your voice makes me feel things. Oh my. Oh my. Well, I don't know what to say, really. Oh my, oh my. As Fry would say, you know, I'm scaroused. If you know the reference, anyone? A little bit of limbering up. There we go.
Okay, that's a facepalm for me right there. Fuck you too, game.
And one more jump. There we go. What microphone do I use? Right, so what I'm using is an XLR setup. Basically, what I have is a Behringer. Actually, yeah, it's both Behringers. So basically, Behringer's audio input. One of the cheaper ones for something like 20 or so euros that I picked up, and the microphone is I think it was XM 8500. Yeah, I think it was XM 8500. So yeah, it personally I really like the sound, and yeah, it's an XLR after all, so that gives it extra little bit of quality indeed over my previous microphone, which was Snowball, Blues Snowball. So if you go back like 2 years ago, those videos recorded on that microphone, and you know, the recent videos are recorded on this one. So yeah, and before that, oh god, before the Snowball, I was using literally you know, the mic that was attached to the, you know, the headphones that I had from Creative Sound Blaster Wraith 3D, or oh wait, no, it was Sound Blaster's Sound Blasters and Creative's Wraith Tactic 3D Wraith. There we go. Fucking hell, that name, man. It's horrible. But anyways, yeah, that headset was my wireless one, and I used a microphone of that. And before that, the first microphone that I used for my first videos was literally a it was well, not €2, but something along those lines of prices. Just cheap microphone that you could clip on. So yeah, there you go.
Ah yes, the shitty microphones.
Yeah.
We all start with one of those.
Not everyone though, but grind all day. Grind your mind away. Yes, good evening to you, Warhund, as well. Yeah, it's all the grinds in the world, as they say. Woo. rather surprised. Actually, the one thing that I'm rather surprised is that many people watch yours truly stream today on Twitch side. Usually I don't have that many, so hey, thanks for coming along there. So yeah, it's nice to see that. That side of things. All right. Okay. 74.
Congratulations, Yamiks, for having views.
Yay! Stream more. Well, I do try to stream and so on and so forth. I do want to also make videos and so on and so forth. So yeah, I have to kind of balance things and so on and so forth. So yeah, I primarily try to go for video creation because that's where, you know, I sort of come from and I prefer to do more often. But of course, streaming has opened the possibility. At first, it was basically just engaging with folks that just, you know, watch my content and answer questions rather than doing Q&As and so on. Yeah, now it has become quite a vital part of what I do. Really, you kind of made it, and holy fuck, I gotta say, really massive thanks. As a matter of fact, streaming at first was one of the things that convinced me that I can do this as living. Or rather, it was the helpful portion that, you know, convinced me fully to just go LED, you know, doing videos about games basically as full-time stuff. So yeah, it's nice. Come on. Come on. All right. Like you watching, watch you suffer grinding. Oh my.
That's
Well.
why people are here.
Oh my. Start to question life choices after that comment. Oh boy. Okay, let's see. Nope. Okay, fuck it. It's gonna be it's gonna be pretty bad, but whatever. Don't care. 24. Ah, here we go. Okay, landed. Man, landing with this keypad. Alright. Oh, fuck it. It does the trick. It works. Alright, speed landing. Well, you haven't seen anything. This was just tame. This was very tame. Alright. Well, let's see. What could I go out and play with? You know what? Fuck it. Python it is. Might as well bring out my good old fighting Python. Yes. My venomous and throbbing, slithering Python. Oh yes.
Lewd.
All right, switching to open. Yum dum dum ba-dum ba-dum bum. And let's go. Toss a coin to your Twitcher. Jesus Christ. Not exactly. But alright, fair enough. But yeah, as a matter of fact, I was thinking the other day whether or not I should do a stream of Beat Saber with song requests and so on and so forth. I was kind of actually interested in doing that, but no, actually not. I think with the rig that I am using for, you know, VR stuff, actually, I mean, it works just fine. And streaming wouldn't be much of a problem on it, to be honest, now that I think of it, but maybe. Yeah, Paroxym actually kind of, I was watching Paroxym stream there, I was thinking, maybe I should try that myself as well. Careful, Beat Saber mods, Twitch is really trigger happy with the content ID. Yeah.
Yeah, Twitch won't be happy with Beat Saber. That's true.
Oh well. Kinda sucks. Alright, well, let's see. I mean, YouTube won't either, but at least YouTube just simply will content ID the shit. You can still play it. Alright, so that's a thing. Okay. Let's go in space and look at people that are around, hopefully. And I see peoples, I think. No, that's a cutter. Okay, let's boop the cutter. Why not? There's a cutter. It goes. Humble Explorer. Ah, you need the boops. I think you need the boops. Swiggity swooty. I'm a coming for that booty. Yes. Okay. Ah, I started turning way too late. Big swiggity swooties. Yay! Here we go. Come on, you know you want it. Can I boops you? Where are you?
No.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello there.
Well, that took a while. Oh, come on! Don't you dare! Come here! Come here! Oh, come on! Let me boop you! Ah, damn it! Well, shit. All right, let's try again. All right. Can I swiggity swooties? Yes, I can swiggity swooties. Let's go again. Chain interdictions. Very fair and balanced gameplay right there. Oh, here we go.
Need to balance
Why
the
is he so
goal,
far? Oh, come on. Why is he so fucking far? What the hell? Thanks, instancing. I love it. Boop. God damn it. I'm not fast enough. Bastard. Come here. I want to poops you. Mm. There you go. I'm just gonna annoy you. Technically, he should be able to jump out now. Come on. Come on. Boop. Come on. Mm. So slow for me. No, damn it. Don't you dare making fun of my Python.
Does this thing have drag drives?
Oh, no. Oh, wait, somebody was shooting at me. Damn it. Should have stayed. Damn. Oh, well. Damn it. Alright, fine. You don't want to get booped. Dick. Me. Alright. Let's see. Let's just go for this main star. And then just see who's around. We got... Ooh, a Corvette. So what do we got? No. No. Damn it. There was a player. No. That's an anaconda. That's a corvette. Damn it! Damn it! The corvette is behind me. Fuck. Where is it? Corvette. Corvette. Come here. Come here. Swiggity swooty. Ah, he's interdicting someone else. Alliance Chieftain, huh? Can I? Yes, here we go. Chieftain. Yoink. Swiggity swooty. Come on, I just want to boop people, for fuck's sakes. Don't want to kill anyone. Come here, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here. Yeah! There we go. Alright. Boop. And run. There we go. Oh, damn it. Okay, fine. You wanna fight? You wanna fight. So be it. Oh god, oh, why is he launching mines? Oh, what the hell? Oh god. Oh, shield gens. Okay, gotcha. I see. Okay. So that's a mine build, huh? Okay. So that means it's gonna be a bitch to fight. Gods, I have set... Right. Flight assist off. Let's see if I can do something. Nope. Wrong button layout. Okay, here we go. Oh no, I'm being destroyed somehow, and I haven't even properly shot anyone. Damn it! There goes my shield. As if that would... Ah, damn it. Come on! Who's shooting me with the stupid target lock breakers? Me. Oh, come on! That was a perfect opportunity for a boop. Oh gods. Oh yeah, this okay, yeah, this oh, I'm not used to this keypad at all. Oh, come on. Federal assault ship, huh? Oh gods. There are more of them. Meh. Well, I'm still alive. 3 people can't kill 1 Yamiks that quickly. I mean, Jesus Christ, how pathetic you must be. Me. Come on. Hit me. Not dead yet. Like, seriously, folks. Get go. Here we go. There we go. Finally got something done, I think. Yeah, finally. Only when I stop moving, right? Oh, that's cute. Uh-huh. As they say, get good. Right. Well, perhaps should probably switch off this keypad. Actually offer myself at least a semi-decent potential to win something. Maybe. Anyways, let's try again. That's partly where most of my money goes. Most of the time. Dying like this, basically. So yeah. First time you see me die? If you watch my videos, probably it's not the first time, really. I don't know. There we go. Yoink. See, I'm so professional I can exit the station in one fell swoop. Yep. It's
How
great.
many times did he fail?
So, yeah, I'm fine, everything's fine and dandy. Woohoo. Yep.
I have a hard time believing that.
Everything's okay. You know? Alright. Let's go for this one and one more death, basically, and then I'll call it an evening then. Why not? Let's see, who can I boop? I see Swiggity Swooty. Ooh, a Mamba. Ooh, okay. That's an interesting choice. Though he's turning towards me. Damn. And he's in a wing. Damn. Well, that doesn't bode well for me.
A ring of murders for TheYamiks.
Is there anyone else? Ooh, hello. We have a Viper. Neat. Can I swiggity swooty? Can I? Oh, damn it, he's running away. Alright, full speed ahead. Yo ho ho. Dirty Dog, right, so the TheYamiks can't afford a carrier because of all the fucking rebuys. Yeah, I got about 4 billion in rebuys. So yeah, there you go. That kind of explains where all the money goes. Oh well. And I think... God damn it, he disappeared. Dang nabbit. Well, there's no one around. Let's see. There are more people around Jameson, I think. So I might as well just go back. Okay, this is gonna be a while. Give me a moment. Turn around, turn around. And... wait, I wasn't really that far away from Jameson. What the fuck? Oh, anyways. All of a sudden, everyone disappears if you're not close enough. System authority, further lands, how boring. Mamba, now that was interesting. Federal assault ship, you already fought me, so no thanks. Really the only people around here, just those. No, hold on. Ah, third lands, fuck it. So be it. I'm coming. There we go. Oh, come on, you have crimes on. Oh, well. Fair enough, I guess. Come on, I can do it. I'm the best around, and nothing's gonna try and keep me down. There we go. Can I boop 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 boop? God damn it, no! My only chance at booping a further lands. Oh no. No boop. Oh, damn it. It was so close. Oh, fucking hell. At any rate, you're... oh, hold on. And... no! Wait, no, I did scratch him. Yeah. Alright. Boop and run. There we go. There we go. Let's see, at any rate, you'll never get that 5 billion trying doing some deliveries. That is under a question mark, indeed. Yeah, boop and run. My favorite combat ship. Combat ship? I'd say Vulture would be my favorite. When it comes down to just a ship that I do combat in most, Python would be the one, and built for combat mostly, because I really like the ship in general. It's a multi-purpose ship though. Oh, okay, another third lance. How boring, but okay. Shin ra 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 da da ra da 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 ra da da da. What? Okay. What the hell? Okay. Boops. Times for boops. Come here. Come here. Need boops. Come on. Stop. There we go. Let's go. Boops. It's time for boops. Yo, bro. Bro. There we go. God damn it, I write can no good. Bore. Okay, fuck it. Let's leave it in. Fuck it. Yo, bore. do you even left bore? Oh my. Oh my. Okay. Okay. Oh, come on. Yoink. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Boop. And jumping out. So sad I'm in Colonia, can't participate. Ah, it's fair enough, fair enough. Boop and run. What the f is this? Some silly fun, I guess, for the end of the stream. Actually, fine. I'm gonna die this one more time and then that'd be it. No, that should take about 10 minutes. Then that'll be proper 3-hour stream, give or take. Gank TV. Okay, let's see. Are you in the... No, you disappeared. Damn it. Where is everyone? You know what? Fuck it. I'm too lazy. Give me a moment. Let the ship... There we go. Now it's not it's not moving. Perfect. Federal co... Ooh. Swiggity swooty. Swiggity swooty. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. Come on. Come on. I want to tap that ass. I want to tap that glorious federal ass. Come on. Give me taps. Come on. No, come on! There we go. Swiggity, swooty, boop! There we go. Boop. And run. Nutai sveiki. Yeah, sveiki, sveiki. Boop and run. Well, at least now I have a faster ship anyways. Woo. Boop and run. Still have the cooldowns. Oh well. Criminal booping. Yeah, sounds about right. Very, very, very criminal, yes. A serial boopist. Sure, why not? So well, hello there to everyone who is coming in for the end of the stream. Basically, I'm basically just doing a little bit of PvP boopage, just pulling people in and just poking them with my ship. Some of the people just want to shoot back, and that's when TheYamiks dies usually. So yeah. For the end of the stream, let's just see me explode one more time, I guess. If that ever happens. Ooh, a cutter! Oh, that glorious Imperial ass. Let me tap that too. Mm. Yes. Come on. Come on, you know you want it, baby. I want to tap that ship's ass. Come on. Let me in. Let me touch you. Ooh, you touch my cha-la-la. Ding-dong. Oh, come on. Where are you? Why is every cutter basically not spawning? What the hell? Seriously? Oh, come on. Well, shit. Oh, holy fuck. Well, now that's the wrong person. No, I didn't want to boop you. No. I think I already booped you. Alright, here we go. Oh, you wanna... Okay, fine. This will be my last fight. Fine. So be it. Did he just jump out? No. I spy with my little eye something that needs to be shoot. Ah, there we go. Damn it. A cloaked cutter. No, I would still see him on my radar and shit. There's no exact true stealth and shit, so yeah. It's just uninstanced or combat log. I'm not sure which one. I don't care either anyways. God damn it. Oh, did I clip him? Damn it. God damn it. Wait, is he charging? No, he's not charging. It was just a stupid sound. Never mind. Get in my sights. Oh, for fuck's sake, TheYamiks. Aim! There we go. Oh boy. Man, there's no health, hull underneath that shield, man. You need to work on that, buddy. That shield, once it goes down, I think you ain't got much of a leg to stand on, though. That's not great. Oh no, not good, not good. Oh, for fuck's sakes, come on! Mm. Oh yeah, that was amazing shot. Mm-hmm. Come on. What? It's only one what the hell? Come on. Well, that was a blind shot, but still a hit. Okay. Why am I pressing buttons? I mean, the wrong buttons. Alrighty then, shield a bake. It's time to strike something. Probably my own toes with a hammer. With this guy's help, probably. Man, every shot is 1% off his health. Man, there must be basically no armor underneath. Holy shit. Oh well, not my problem. Damn it. Yep, dip dip doo, dip 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 doo, dip 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 doo. Come on, can you snipe me? Will you snipe me? Probably not. How the fuck did? What the hell? Like that. My ship should have been. Fuck it. Python doesn't have any great lateral thrusts, anyways, so I guess that was basically to be blamed. Oh well. Oh my, I'm starting to hit things! I'm just... Oh, shield cells. You know that shield cell ain't gonna help you against that missing hull that you have right there. Ah! Oh boy. Damn it. Doop 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 doo. Doop doop doo doo doop doop doo doop doop doo doo doop doo doo. And there goes my shield. can play a little bit more aggressively now. Man, I wish I could ram him, even with those shields. It'd be such a good panic moment for him. Oh well, come on! Oh, for the love of gods. No rail shot at my thrusters. No, bide. It's very bide. No. Okay, come on. Oh no, it's the malfunctions. Oh, here we go, basically. What? Yooba-dooba-doo. What the hell is that? Did you just shed your pants, buddy? I mean, it happens to best of us, I know. That chef, man. Oh boy. Oh yeah, malfunction, of course. And there goes the shields and everything else. Whoopie-doo. Ah. Those of you wondering why am I putting out landing gear constantly, That actually has an effect on how your ship uses the thrust, by the way. So yeah, that allows this little Python to be a bit more maneuverable in a certain way. Right, I'm basically abandoning shields at this point. Well, not exactly, but well, still. Bit predictable, buddy. Bit too predictable. Ah, whatever. Not that I'm Mr. Unpredictable, huh? Oh no, my power plant is out! I think I lost this one. Yeah, my power plant is out. Nah, never mind. A little bit. I still got a little bit fight left in me. And my power distributor is also out. Oh, great. Ah, yeah, you sniped me. Okay, good. You sniped me through. Basically have no power for anything these anymore. Yeah, that's it. Congratulations, so that's what you were doing. Gotcha. God damn it. Oh well. Oh, you dick! He just took out my sensors. I mean, okay, I just died, but yeah, he took out my sensors. That's a game over, just already. But damn, you snipe happy. Oh no! I had. Oh no! I had some stupid fines or bounties on me. God damn it. Oh, damn you peoples with the crime zone. Oh, fuck. Alright, well, that was a great fight, a great fun. Really appreciate it. So that's basically a great end for the stream. So thanks again, guys, for coming along. And, well... yeah, that's it. The TheYamiks is in jail. Alright, you guys take care, and I'll see you around. Of course, as I previously said, join the Discords. You know, check out Patreon if you want to support a little bit more, or Streamlabs, or you know, super chats and what else, or what else? Shit, merch store too. Yes. Anyways, for now, bid you all adieu. So take care. And of course, thanks to everyone, you know, in the voice who came along and were the company for this evening. Really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Right?
Yes, indeed.